Turbos! From rally legends to street sleepers, these turbocharged heroes are here to prove you don't need to break the bank to break necks. And first up is the WRX STI. Call your doctor, call your kids, because the Subaru WRX STI has been the poster child for rally-inspired chaos since your dad thought frosted tips were a good idea. Under the hood is a 2.5-liter turbocharged boxer engine that cranks out 305 horses and 290 foot-pounds of twist. Translation: this car hauls ass. Pair that power with Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive and you got yourself a rally car for the road. Snow, mud, gravel, or just a disappointing first date, the WRX STI doesn't care. It just grips and rips. The aftermarket scene for this thing is nuts. Want 400 horses? Sure. Want to slap on a wing big enough to double as a dining table? Done. But it's not all sunshine and turbo whistles. Subaru's EJ engine is infamous for having head gasket issues if you're not careful. But let's be real, if you're buying a WRX STI, you already knew that. It's a rite of passage. So why does this car belong on this list? Well, because the WRX STI is an icon. It's loud, it's proud, and it'll power slide its way into your heart, or into a ditch if you ain't careful, depending on your driving skill. So if you're looking for cheap speed with all-weather capability, the STI is the king that you've been waiting for. All for less than $10K, which you can find all these ideal picks on Auto Tempest. I've linked to all of them in the pinned first comment below. Now, if the Ford Focus ST was a person, it'd be the one friend that would dare you to do something slightly illegal but undeniably fun. Yes, the ST comes equipped with a 2-liter turbocharged inline-4 that pumps out 252 horses and 270 foot-pounds. Pair that with a 6-speed shift-it-yourself manual, and you've got a spicy little hot hatch that hits 60 in 6 seconds flat. And I've autocrossed these things a lot, and man, there really isn't a better front-wheel drive hatch that's this much fun to toss around. But the Focus ST isn't just quick, it's also just a pure riot. Thanks to an electronic limited slip differential, this front-wheel drive dynamo absolutely loves carving up twisty roads. And let's talk about the pops and burbles from the exhaust. It's like this car's cheering you on. Inside, Recaro seats hug you tighter than your last girlfriend. But don't expect luxury, because the ST is just about fun, not frills. If you're worried about practicality, well, don't be. It's still a hatchback, so you can chuck your groceries in after a spirited drive. And something about the ST that most people don't know, except if you're an insider, is that it has tuning potential. Slap on a bigger turbo, tune the ECU, and suddenly you're staring down cars twice its price. It's affordable, fun, and a little unhinged, just like all the best hot hatches should be, right? Focus on this deal. $7,400? Well, that leaves you some room to modify this baddie even more. And guys, real quick, Rocky from New York already drove off with the first GTR and the bonus cash that changed his life. We literally flew him out here. He hung out with us for the whole weekend. We shipped his car back home to New York, and the dude had the time of his life. It genuinely changed everything for him. And now it's your turn. If you want a shot at winning your dream car plus bonus cash, hit the link in the pinned first comment right now. Now, back to the show. The BMW 335i, the German 2J. If luxury and performance had a love child and then turbocharged it, this would be the result. Under the hood sits the infamous N54, a 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 that churns out 300 horses and 300 foot-pounds of torque stock. But here is the kicker. Those numbers are just the beginning. With just $1,500 and a phone call, yeah, you're looking at 500 horsepower plus. Yee-haw! But let's address the elephant in the room, reliability. The N54 engine is a masterpiece, but it is also a diva. High pressure fuel pumps, injectors, turbos. Yeah, they've got a bit of a reputation for quitting the team. But hey, if you want trouble-free driving, you wouldn't be looking at a BMW. Am I right? Am I right? Why? So the 335i, especially the E90 sedan, is the ultimate sleeper. It looks like a normal executive sedan, but it packs the heart of a sports car. Plus that aftermarket scene is massive. With a little cash and a lot of wrenching, this car can humble supercars on the freeway. That's the kind of energy that we're here for. 6-speed, turbo 6, and under $6 grand. Sign me up. The Mazdaspeed 3, it's not just a car, it's a rolling adrenaline rush with a hatchback attached. Under the hood is a 2.3-liter turbocharged inline-4 that cranks out 263 horses and 280 foot-pounds. In a front-wheel drive car, yeah, you're gonna feel that torque steer, believe me, but that's part of the charm, isn't it? I swear, this thing pulls harder than your dog when it sees a squirrel. And the Speed 3 is the car that doesn't apologize for being unhinged. It's loud, it's aggressive, and it'll slap a smile on your face every single time you punch that gas. But it's not just about straight line speed. Thanks to a stiff suspension and sharp steering, the Speed 3 loves to tear up back roads too. And don't even get me started on the aftermarket support. You want a bigger turbo? Easy. Full exhaust? Why not? This car begs to modify. Inside, it's fine. You get some sporty seats, red stitching, enough to make you feel like a race car driver, but who cares about the interior when your driving experience is this wild? The Speed 3 is chaos on wheels, and we're here for it. Especially for just $7,300 Go check it out in the first pinned comment. Chevy would like to have a word because the Chevrolet Cobalt SS Turbocharged is proof that even the most unassuming cars can pack a Jake Paul punch. Ka! Chevy took their economy car, slapped on a turbocharger, and gave it 260 horses and 260 foot-pounds. That's a 0 to 60 time of just 5.5 seconds in a car that looks like it should be parked outside your local high school. It's absurd. I love it. The Cobalt SS isn't just fast in a straight line. Thanks to revised suspension and upgraded brakes, it's also a blast in the corners. Chevy even gave this little thing a little limited slip diff to help put all that power down to the ground. And let's not forget the giant wing out back, because downforce is important, obviously. Inside, yeah, it is functional. You get some supportive seats and a boost gauge mounted on the A-pillar to remind you that you're driving something special. But let's be real, the Cobalt SS isn't about luxury, and with a thriving aftermarket scene, you can easily push these things over 300 horses. The Cobalt SS is cheap fun, like under 4K cheap fun, and unapologetically ridiculous. What's not to love? The Volkswagen GTI is the OG hot hatch, and the Mk6 generation proves that it is still king. With a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder under the hood, these cars churn out between 210 and 220 horses. But numbers, they just don't tell the whole story, do they? This car isn't just quick, it is refined, it's agile, and effortlessly cool. The GTI's magic lies in its balance. It's fast, but not overwhelming. It's sharp in the corners, but still comfortable enough to drive daily. In the interior, classic Volkswagen with plaid seats that make you feel like you're sitting on a picnic blanket made for speed. And, well, the massive aftermarket scene for this car, you want to bump it to 300 horses? You got it. You want to slam it to the ground? Sure. Big brake kit, just do it. The GTI is a tuner's wet dream, and it'll make you look good while you're doing it. Personally, I think this is the jack of all trades, and it's a master of fun. It's the hot hatch that'll make you smile whether you're commuting to work or tearing up a back road. The GTI is just proof that you don't need a big budget to have a blast. Maybe the best budget-friendly under 10K car in the world. Heck, for under 7, you get German precision with a manual transmission. What could be better than that? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. Let's go. The Hyundai that rhymes with Sunday Genesis Coupe 2.0T is like the underdog fighter in a movie who comes out of nowhere and surprises everyone. With a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine making 210 all the way to 274 horses depending on the year, this rear-wheel drive coupe offers proper sports car vibes at a budget-friendly price. But here's the fun part. It's a drift machine waiting to happen. Throw on some bald tires, upgrade the suspension, and let the tail-happy shenanigans begin. Whether you're carving through mountain roads or sliding sideways through a parking lot, the Genesis Coupe knows how to have fun. The interior isn't going to blow you away, but it's got enough flair to remind you that you're driving something kind of special. Think sporty seats, a clean dash, and just enough tech to keep you entertained without distracting you from the main event: driving. Why does the Genesis Coupe make the list? Because it's one of the most affordable ways to get into the rear-wheel drive turbo fun. Here's an ideal example for under 7, ready for some slideways fun. Yeah, you guys didn't see this one coming, did you? Because the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo X, or Evo X for short, is like a turbocharged Swiss Army knife. It's got everything: speed, handling, and rally-bred DNA that makes you want to take every corner sideways. Under the hood is the potent 2-liter turbocharged 4 that produces 291 horses stock and 300 foot-pounds twist. Pair that with Mitsubishi's legendary super all-wheel drive control system, and you've got a car that'll stick to the road like duct tape on a hot day. The Evo X isn't just fun, it is smart. Active yaw control, adjustable center diff. This thing is basically a rolling engineering flex. And if that's not enough, the aftermarket scene is bananas. Bigger turbo, upgraded suspension, carbon fiber, everything. You name it, you can do it. Inside, it is functional. Recaro seats, a chunky steering wheel, and a few buttons to play with. No frills, but who cares? You're too busy grinning like an idiot while boosting through a canyon road. The EVO is a legend. It's the car that made rally dreams affordable, and it's still one of the most capable performance machines that you can buy for the money. Plus, it's got a I'm ready for everything vibe that enthusiasts just can't resist. For around 15 grand, that is a lot of car for not a lot of money. And now it's time for a quick honorable mention, baby. Porsche. I don't know how to say it, do you? But the Porsche 944 Turbo is what happens when German precision meets 80s excess. This front engine, rear-wheel drive sports car packs a turbocharged 2.5-liter inline-4 under the hood, delivering 200 to 250 horses, depending on the year. But that doesn't sound like a lot for today's standards, but back in the day? Are you kidding me? This was giving supercars a run for their money. The 944 Turbo isn't just about speed, it's about balance. This car handles so freaking well. It'll make you feel like you're a driving god, even if you're just popping out for groceries. And thanks to its transaxle design, if you don't know what that is, just Google it. The weight distribution is a chef's kiss perfect. One of the cheapest ways to get into the P car market, period. Under 10K, this thing looks good, and I kind of want it in my driveway. Hear me out. The Nissan Juke Nismo RS is a turbocharged oddball that somehow just works. Yes, it looks like a frog that hit the gym, but under the hood is a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine pushing 215 horses and 210 foot-pounds. And it's small, it's lightweight, and it is surprisingly quick. The Juke Nismo RS comes with a 6-speed manual and an optional all-wheel drive system, which makes it way more capable than it has any right to be. The suspension, it's stiff. The steering, it's sharp. And the exhaust note, well, it's got some character. Let's call it expressive. Inside, you get beautiful Nismo seats that feel like a hug from a very enthusiastic bodybuilder. There's also some red stitching and a boost gauge to remind you that this isn't your average crossover. It's weird, and we love weird. Enthusiasts appreciate it because it's proof that fun doesn't just look conventional. The Juke Nismo RS is the car for people who want to stand out, go kind of fast, and have a blast doing it. All in a manual package, and I bet you could get this for under 10K if you use the ideal car strategies, which I've linked up here. The Mini Cooper S is proof that big things do come in small packages and small prices, like under $4,000. Yes, under the hood is a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine that cranks out 172 horses. That might not sound like much, but in a car that is this small and light, it feels like an absolute rocket ship. The R56 generation is all about personality. It handles like a go-kart on steroids, with sharp steering and a suspension setup that makes every corner an adventure. Plus, it is a Mini, so it's got charm for days. Just try not to smile when you see those round headlights and cheeky grille. Inside, it's quirky, but it is functional. Toggle switches, a giant speedometer in the middle of the dash, and just enough room for you and your best friend to hit the road. Yeah, it is not luxurious, but it's kind of got some style. I mean, it is fun, it's plain, and it is simple, and enthusiasts love it because it's a car that doesn't take itself too seriously. It's quick, it's nimble, and it's guaranteed to make you fall in love with driving all over again, one shift at a time. And all this for under 4K? I think that is an ideal deal. So which one is your ideal deal? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this vid, like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and check out some of these ideal vids over here, like this one on turbos and this one on cheap Porsches that you can buy right now and make money. I'm Brad. This is Ideal. We'll see you next week, and promise me one thing. Keep living the ideal lifestyle.